You don't have a money problem. You have a strategy problem. That sounds harsh, but it should feel relieving because if you had a money problem, you'd be stuck. If you have a strategy problem, you can fix it. Most people think they need more money, more income, a better job, a side hustle, a raise, an opportunity. But if more money was the solution, lottery winners would stay rich. Athletes wouldn't go broke. Six-figure earners wouldn't live paycheck to paycheck. The issue isn't money, it's the system behind it. Let me explain something that changed everything for me. Money doesn't reward effort, it rewards structure. You can work 60 hours a week and still feel broke. You can make six figures and still feel behind. You can budget and still not build wealth because without a strategy, income leaks. And here's the hard truth. Most people's financial plan is reactive. They earn, they spend, they adjust, they stress, they repeat. That's not a strategy. That's survival. A strategy means decisions are made before the money arrives. A strategy means every dollar has a direction, a role, a job, not just bills and vibes. Think about it this way. If I handed you $10,000 right now, what would happen? Be honest. Would it A, sit in your account, B, slowly disappear, C, cover emergencies, D, get invested, E, upgrade your lifestyle? Most people don't know. That's the problem. Because money without a plan always flows to the loudest priority, and the loudest priority is usually convenience, comfort, impulse, emotion, not wealth. Let's break this down into something practical. There are four financial identities: the spender, the saver, the investor, the strategist. Most people think they just need to become a better saver. But saving is not strategy. Saving is storage. And storage without direction doesn't build anything. The spender reacts emotionally. I deserve this. I worked hard. I'll figure it out later. The saver reacts defensively. I need security. I can't afford risk. What if something happens? The investor reacts opportunistically. This could grow. This could multiply. Let me deploy capital. But the strategist? The strategist decides before reacting. They don't ask, can I afford this? They ask, does this align with my plan? That one shift changes everything. Because now money isn't emotional, it's tactical. Let me show you what a real strategy looks like. Step 1, income expansion. Not hustle culture, not burnout, but intentional income design. Most people try to cut their way to wealth. That's a losing game. You can only cut so much. There's a limit to how frugal you can be. There's no limit to how valuable you can become. If your income is flat, your wealth ceiling is low. A strategy always includes growing earning power, skills, leverage, positioning, ownership. Step 2, automated allocation. This is where most people fail. They budget. Budgeting is reactive. Allocation is proactive. Allocation means before your paycheck hits, you already know X% invests, X% builds reserves, X% funds lifestyle, X% reinvests into skill. No guessing, no guilt, no scrambling. The decision is pre-made. Strategy removes willpower from the equation. Step 3, asset acquisition. This is the piece almost nobody focuses on early enough. Income is fuel. Assets are engines. If your money isn't buying assets, you're just running faster on a treadmill. Assets produce, liabilities consume. And I'm not talking about buzzwords. I'm talking about businesses, index funds, real estate, equity, digital assets, cash flow systems, something that works while you sleep. Because if your income stops and everything collapses, you don't have a money problem. You have a structure problem. Now let's address the uncomfortable part. Why most people never build strategy? Because strategy forces trade-offs. It forces you to admit you can't upgrade everything at once. You can't impress everyone. You can't live like you're rich before you are rich. And that hurts the ego. It's easier to blame the economy, inflation, taxes, your boss, your background. And yes, those things matter, but strategy still wins. Two people can make the same income. One builds wealth, one stays stuck. Why? Structure. Let's run a scenario. Person A makes $70,000 a year. No plan. Spends based on feeling. Saves what's left. Invests randomly. Person B makes $70,000. Allocates 20% automatically. Upskills twice a year. Increases income 10% annually. Buys appreciating assets consistently. 5 years later, they are in different universes. Not because of income, because of strategy. Here's another truth. You don't need complex, you need consistent. People love overcomplicating money, crypto rotations, option plays, advanced tax loopholes, business scaling theory. Meanwhile, they haven't mastered spend less than you earn, invest the difference, increase income annually, avoid lifestyle creep. The boring strategy beats the exciting one, every time. Now I want to talk about something subtle. Lifestyle inflation disguised as growth. You get a raise. You upgrade your apartment, your car, your clothes, your vacations. Your income increased. Your net worth didn't. That's not a money problem. That's misaligned incentives. Your environment upgraded. Your asset base didn't. A strategist increases assets first. Lifestyle second. Always. Because once assets generate income, lifestyle upgrades pay for themselves. That's when it becomes powerful. Let's zoom out. Your financial life is a system. Income in, allocation, asset building, reinvestment, repeat. If one part is weak, the whole thing stalls. Most people obsess over income. Ignore allocation, ignore assets, ignore leverage. That's like upgrading the engine while the tires are flat. You don't need motivation. You need clarity. So here's the practical framework. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. If my income doubled tomorrow, would my wealth building rate double, or would my spending? 2. If I lost my job for 6 months, what keeps money flowing? 3. Am I building assets or just maintaining lifestyle? Answer honestly. That tells you if you have a money problem or a strategy problem. Now here's the part nobody talks about. Strategy removes stress because stress comes from uncertainty. Uncertainty about emergencies, retirement, debt, opportunity. When you know, I invest this much, I save this much, I build this skill, I reinvest this portion, you feel in control. Even if you're not rich yet, control beats income in the short term, and eventually control produces income. Let me be clear. This doesn't mean you ignore joy, or live miserably, or hoard money. It means intentional living. When you spend, it's chosen. When you invest, it's systematic. When you grow, it's measured. Most people are drifting financially, and drifting feels normal because everyone else is drifting too. But drift compounds. 5 years passes, 10 years passes. You look up and wonder why nothing changed. That's not bad luck. That's unstructured repetition. You repeated the same financial year 10 times. Strategy breaks repetition. Here's what I want you to understand. Wealth is not built by intensity. It's built by design. You don't grind your way into financial freedom. You engineer it. Small percentages, compounded time, intentional allocation, growing earning power. That's it. It's not flashy. It's not viral. It's not dramatic. But it works. And here's the final shift. Stop asking, how do I make more money? Start asking, what system ensures money builds for me? That's a strategist's question, because money without structure disappears. Money with structure multiplies. You don't need a new job first. You don't need a lucky break. You need a framework. Once the framework is in place, every raise accelerates it. Every opportunity compounds it. Every asset strengthens it. Without the framework, more money just means bigger mistakes. So if you feel stuck, overwhelmed, behind, don't assume you're bad with money. Assume your strategy needs upgrading. That's empowering. Because strategies can change. Income can grow. Habits can shift. Systems can be built. But only if you stop blaming the number and start fixing the structure. You don't have a money problem. You have a strategy problem. And once you fix that, money stops being stressful. It becomes predictable, intentional, expandable. That's when things change. Not overnight, but permanently. And permanent beats quick every time.